While he's trying to get ready, we'll take a few questions, yeah? Anybody with any questions for Venya?
Is Sangam literature all poetry, or is there prose as well?
No. The Sangam wasn't, it was about poetry, but there are three Sangams. One of them is Kumrigala, which sunk. There are two Sangams that actually sunk, because apparently they were pre-Vedic civilizations. The Sangam was used as a time frame. So if you all are into conspiracy theories, the first Sangam was in Kumrigala, which is what they call Atlantis or Lemuria. So
the Indian Atlantis.
Supposed to be. I don't know enough about that. And the next one is near to Madurai. The first Madurai died again. The Sangam actually exists to this day. Tamil as a language is still connected to the religion. So the actual still exists in Madurai Meenakshi Temple. People still meet there. There is still, it's the evolution of the language.
So how did the middle Madurai Sangam disappear into nothingness?
Obviously, it's back to the Atlantis thing. Because language is connected with religion and religion is connected with spirit, if you make use of it, it takes a sing. So people were using a lot of the mantras and scriptures at that point to destroy people. So in corruption, especially the first one, because there's a lot of scriptural evidence. We're so off topic here. There's a scriptural evidence to spiritual weapons, close to atomic weapons. That's in the Ramayana. Indrajit and Ravana and all that, you could destroy an entire.
That's fine.
And in the Mahabharata as well, with Arjuna. There are weapons that can destroy vast populations.
Just by words?
By word and by mantra, you can do that. So it wasn't those weapons that destroyed those places. It was the ability, it was the corruption of people. The corruption of the ability that
Could you, I mean, aside from the text, go back a little bit, and based on your knowledge, describe the social conditions of the time that the texts or the poems were written. I mean, when he speaks of male and female, for example, and you say there's a lot of written by males, for males, that kind of thing. It obviously opens a window to certain social conditions of that society. And, you know, this person that is the subject person that is male who loves the other male. Is that how we see male, or is that another kind of male?
No, he is actually talking. It's very clear that he's talking about the Lord as a bridegroom. The other parts, I didn't want to do this because it's looked a bit heterosexual to me. But there are parts of the text that actually he describes himself as a handmaiden and as a bride to Lord Shiva. So very much, he was a gender dysphoric.
So that means those constructions are also based on the heterosexual structure of being a bride to.
I looked at it as more travel romanticism.
I see.
They're very sentimental lot.
Linguistic play.
But it could be quite lesbian as well, because the deity he's praying to has two genders.
What were the Hindu ideas of sex? I mean, I am given to understand that it is seen as a very superficial overlay to a being.
The Hindu aspect of sex. We wrote the book. The Kama Sutra is referenced as a book for the ordinary citizen. If you're having sex, here's how to do it better. It doesn't matter if you.
No, sorry. I mean gender. Not mean. I don't mean the behavioral sex. I mean the notion of male and female.
You see, in all the books, including the Kama Sutra, it is written for male and female and third gender. So they can speak of two women or two men, but they reference one being more male than the other. But it's kind of like what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if they're describing a heterosexual couple, for a third gender folk can use that as a reference to it. But it's really technical because there are 8 aspects. There are 8 types of gay men. And
8 types of gay
6
men.
types of gay women. No, it's not by occupation, it's about... Yeah.
The Kinsey scale.
In the description of the sex, is it always male and female? Masculinity and femininity equivalent to 2 men, as other descriptions like that, right?
Absolutely. And they do show what... Yeah. The feminine men have a lot more descriptions than masculine, but masculine men are recognized as teachers, and a lot of them become priests as well.
There's also more reference about how some of the gays, and this is historical fact, but they go to hairdressing and become masseurs. And the masseurs are taught in a way to massage in such a way that ultimately the ultimate aim is a climax.
Here's the 16-point version.
How you even in hairdressing,
It's amazing.
Be sensual about it. So,
Those
let's
12
just say that she's the one that's uptight.
They're like, if you do it well. They're
In
actually,
this way, I thought what you said.
if you want to do what kind of thing. I think they only have a limitation when it comes to scriptural practice and spiritual practice. Separate the 2 worlds. Third gender people were able to attain liberation or go to scriptural study.
Yet it seems to me, in your, okay, this will be the last question before
No.
we don't touch anything anymore. It seems to me, listening to the poems, that the actors in the poem are almost equal in social status, which seems to fly in the face of everything we know about ancient societies, which were very, very stratified. How would you account for that, for the tone of the poem being so egalitarian, when most probably the society was very, very stratified?
Okay, now the thing is, this is one man's poetry. And this is one man's reference. It's not a reflection of society. God isn't up in the heavens first. It's down here. So for me, I mean, a lot of the poetry you'll find, the actual poetry, the actual romantic poetry is going to be very personal. When you talk about scriptural law, then it becomes class and society. But the Devaram itself is personal. It's very personal. And what he wrote was very personal. The legend has it that Chokanayagan, which is an aspect of Shiva, wrote the poetry himself. And at the end of Manika Vasudev's life, this Brahmin came to him and said, "Oh, let me write all these poems down." And when he did, he signed it off as Chokanayagan from Vaideswara Temple in Vietnam. So he liked his men, and his men liked him back.
Well, that's good. That's a nice start.
So I'm the trailer. Please
Okay, and we'll come back to Q&A a little while later, while we still have power.